We're here with LWC Cycling Coach David Grigsby on LWC All Access. And Coach, big weekend coming up for Lindsey Wilson Cycling.
It is. We have our home road race, time trial and criterium. It's the kickoff event for our season, for our Midwest Conference races. And as usual, looks like we're going to have really good weather and probably the best turnout of any of the races in the conference this year as we did last year.
Talk about the difference in the two events and what days they happen on, where they're going to be located.
The first event is 8 a.m. Saturday morning. That's Central Time. It's the team time trial. That's going to be held at the Kellyville Church, where it is every year. It's a 20-kilometer race where teams will put 3 to 4 riders in a group, and we'll have them go to the end of the course and back, and the shortest time wins. The second race of the day is the road race. The road race starts a few miles away from there at the Purdy Church out on Highway 206, and that is a race for the A men, it's 75 miles. For the majority of the other categories, it's 2 laps, which is 50 miles. And then for some of the beginner categories, it's a single lap of 25 miles. Extremely challenging course, lots of really short, steep hills. And by short, I mean a mile or less. Some of the climbs are about a mile long or close to it. It's really, really a tough race to have at the beginning of the year, but it's very good preparation for nationals. And then our final race is on Sunday. It's the criterium out at the Adair County High School. And a criterium race is held on time. The longest race of the day will be 1 hour long. We'll tell the riders, you'll race for an hour and then 2 laps, and whoever's leading at the end wins. And then some of the races are 45 minutes and 30 minutes for the beginner classes. And that's a really good spectator-friendly race. Mm-hmm. A criterium, you can see the entire thing. You can bring lawn chairs set up. That starts at 9 o'clock. It'll probably end in the neighborhood of 2 o'clock. But by all means, bring a lawn chair, bring something to eat and drink, and watch the races on Sunday.
Tell us a little bit about who we should watch for that's going to be in a Lindsey Wilson kit this weekend.
Well, we've got strong riders in almost every category. The one that gets the most press is the A category. Some of the really strong riders we have this year are Justin Lowe, David Novak, Jonathan Freder, Philip Capalla, Nick Grigsby, my baby brother. They're actually really strong this year. We're looking for great things out of them. We think they're all threats to be in the points, if not on the podium. Taylor Ladd, coming off a fantastic cyclocross season and our highest placing rider at nationals. He'll be racing in the men's Bs. In the women's A, again, we've got a very strong rider that come up from Colombia, South America, Jessica Mendoza. She'll be a strong rider to watch. And of course, we've got some girls from California that'll be racing their first event in the Bs because they're not yet A road riders. Vasti Schmidt from Southern California, Tiana Rowe. We have Hannah Hayduke from Pennsylvania, and of course we have our senior, the most senior woman on our team, Brooke Crum. She's always really tough in the criterium races. So it's going to be a really strong weekend for us.
What's the most difficult of the days? You talked about 2 races on with the time trial and but then the criterium. Which is the toughest of the day? Is it depending upon the student athlete?
Well, for the organization, the toughest day by far is Saturday. 2 different races out on open roads. You have to have the roads semi-closed. You've got police escorts for the bigger classes. You've got follow vehicles. You have feed zones where you have to hand the riders water bottles. And it's tough for them, too, because it's a really long day and really, really a lot of miles in the legs. Sunday is much easier on everybody in that it's a closed course. There's very little organization to it other than you close the course off and score the riders as they cross the line. For the riders, it's very intense, but it's also a very short race. An hour down to 30 minutes for the beginner categories. So Saturday's definitely the harder day for everybody.
And with Saturday being out on the open road, you said a semi-closed course. I guess that means that you have to have a lot of support from the community, and we always have.
We do. We have great support from the community. And really, it's just a matter of slowing down when you see the riders out there. We do have lead vehicles to lead the race, follow vehicles to follow the race, but still, all the categories get really separated on these hard, tough climbs, and so sometimes you can have multiple miles between the leader and the pack, and then the people in the very back of the race. And so there are times when the riders are out there just a few at a time, even alone on an open road. And so we just ask the cars to, just remember that these are young people that go to our school and to other schools, and everybody is somebody's child. So give them a break, just give them a little time, go around them, give them plenty of room. We've never had an issue in the past, and we just certainly don't want it to come up.
Anything else you want to mention about this weekend?
Just that we're, last year we had a turnout of nearly 300 riders, and that's a lot of bicycles out on the county roads. Again, we're going to have good weather. It's going to be dry and mid-40s, maybe high 40s. Pretty good cycling weather. Really want the community to come out and watch the races if they can. But if not, again, if you see a cyclist out there, or you see some cones in the road, or somebody kind of directing traffic, waving the cyclist through the corners, just give them a break.
Not only is it a big weekend, and we talked about that, but coming up soon is something that's near and dear to your heart, away from the road season, is BMX. Talk a little bit about what's getting ready to happen.
Very first BMX Collegiate National Championship is going to be in Chula Vista, March 31st this year. It's something we've been pushing for since 2008. We pat ourselves on the back and give ourselves credit for getting it started. Basically, we have not left USA Cycling alone until they would start this discipline of cycling in college, which they have. And the last time I talked to our collegiate head out at USA Cycling, he said something like 60 plus riders had committed to coming. So we're really excited about that. We're going to go out there, really give it a good show. We've got some incredibly strong men and women on the team. And I really think that we can bring home a team national championship. I think we have as good a shot as anybody, if not better.
That's out in California.
Chula Vista, California, yeah.
Out on the West Coast. How many riders will you send to that event?
We'll be taking 13 riders. We'll be taking. I'll do my math here. 8 and 7, 8 and 6 women. Mm-hmm. But we're going to have a very good showing of men and women out at that race. The team will fly out there. I get the duty of driving all the equipment out there. We have so much equipment that even with gas prices so high, it's cheaper to drive all the equipment out there than it is to fly it.
You've driven to a lot of places, Oregon, Michigan, California a couple of times. I know it's exciting for you. One other thing before we let you get out of here, talk a little bit about what's going on with your cycling program. And I read an email about you guys going up to UK, and talk a little about that.
UK, there's a research program at UK Medical Center, and they're doing a study of cyclists who are trained and in training, and they're doing a study of a certain protein amino acid found in milk and how it affects recovery. And so we have a group of our cyclists. We're taking 6 cyclists, and they go up there. They do a myriad of tests: LT test, lactic acid, heart rate, power. They test basically everything they can test, VO2 max, and they will put half the riders on the supplement and half the riders on a placebo, and we'll do that for 4 weeks. We go up there and we do another test. They will switch those, train for 4 weeks, do another test, and it's to find out if this particular amino acid is really effective in recovery. We don't know which one the cyclists are taking. It's definitely not any kind of stimulant or banned drug of any kind. It's an amino acid actually that's already found in milk, but they isolated it and want to see if it affects recovery. So the team is getting some incredible feedback, some incredible information that we use in their training, and they're really enjoying it. They're really getting to see their progression as they train, and the doctors at UK Research are really excited about us. They just brag on the riders and how strong they are, and how fit they are, and how well they're doing. So it's really nice, and we looks like we're going to continue to do this for a few years to come, because they want us to come back and keep doing this as a team.
You guys are guinea pigs.
We are guinea pigs. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Coach, one more time, tell us about this weekend, the dates, times, and where everything's at.
This Saturday we're going to be team time trial, 8 a.m. at the Kellyville Church. And then at noon, we'll be doing the road race at the Purdy Church on Highway 206. Sunday, we'll be doing the criterium races starting at 9 a.m. at the Adair County High School. It's all on the flyer, which is on the website. So by all means, come out and watch the races.
That's Saturday, February 25th, and Sunday, February 26th. And this has been Coach David Grigsby on LWC All Access.